This week on Ghost Magnet presents the Quarantine Chronicles, we are checking in on a guest we had back in October. You may remember this haunted little farmhouse in Rhode Island from our podcast with the owner, Cory Heinzen, or you may know it as the Harrisville House, or perhaps the real home that inspired the movie The Conjuring. This house has a lot of crazy stuff going on all the time, so let's check in with the Heinzens and see how it's been going. Hi, guys!
Hello!
Hey, how's it going?
So it's Cory and Jennifer, and we've been checking in. So we had this thought a few weeks ago, like everyone's going like kind of stir crazy, and it's hard to stay home. But what if your house was haunted and you were stuck at home? So we've been checking in with a bunch of people that we know, that because we just happen to know a lot of people that are in that exact situation, to see how they've been coping and what's been going on. And it's been since October since I talked to you, so I'm sure lots has happened since then. So fill us in.
I mean, it's been nonstop since October, since we last talked. I mean, the activity, like it spikes and then it kind of draws down and then it spikes again. And certain individuals bring out the energy here, that's for sure. So.
Oh, you think it's when certain people are there?
Oh, yeah. God, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yes.
So what types of things, what would be like a normal, typical thing that would happen at the house?
Usually just doors opening up or things
moving.
Yeah, moving on their own.
Yeah. We like to trigger objects, so those type things that move. We like to set up like little train toys or softballs, or even a lot of times the books are coming off the shelves and that kind of stuff.
Whoa. Okay. And then when last time I talked to you, Ghost Adventures was getting ready to film there. So how did that go and what happened?
It went really good. I mean, that's Ghost Adventures. I mean, it was hard to really, they didn't really get the answers I think they were looking for,
right.
So we were kind of left there going, and it's just weird because, they come in to save us, and it's like you called us, we were saving. But I mean, the cool thing though is all the evidence they caught was the same as what we've caught.
Right.
So it was like validating what we caught,
yeah.
and like they were genuine, which was refreshing.
Yeah.
Because I always have a bad taste in my mouth for TV shows when it comes to this kind of stuff sometimes.
Yeah, they did a really good job with it, and they were a lot of fun while they were here. I mean, just watching all the behind-the-scenes stuff is really neat to, see all the work that goes into it. It's kind of crazy.
Have you guys been quarantined in the house?
Unfortunately, yes.
I mean, we go out to get our groceries like everybody else, and, we go to get the woman down the street because it's nice to be able to talk to people when you can, but, I mean, there's nothing to do right now.
No.
So would you say that the paranormal activity has been higher since you've been there 24/7 or less so?
No.
I'll be honest with you, we don't notice unless unless it happens directly in front of us. Like it's just a normal everyday thing for us. I mean, it might wake us up at night, but
yeah,
we're in bed at like 7 o'clock at night. We're old folk.
Oh, no, 7 o'clock.
No, seriously.
Maybe not 7 o'clock, but we're definitely early birds. We're up so early in the morning anyways.
Yeah.
We got woken up last night at, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning to a large bang that we couldn't figure out what it was, and then the thing in the shower tipped over, and that's what it was. It wasn't anything paranormal, but looking everywhere, like, what could it have been? And it's just a shower.
I'm actually surprised that you guys are go to bed early and are early risers, because you're paranormal investigators before you bought the house, right? And that's very nighttime thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's when you live in a haunted house. I mean, it's accessible 24/7. So everybody's like, oh, I'd be investigating all the time. Well, we've done that for the past 6-7 months, and it's like,
That's what last summer looked like. That was really exciting to be able to do that last summer. But now everything's just normal. I mean, we can stay up late if we have an event of something, but we're just up so early that it's so hard to stay awake.
Well, speaking of events, you guys have something pretty major coming up, right?
Yes.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Can you tell everybody about that?
We have a live stream for 24 hours, for 8 days actually.
Yeah.
Because it starts tomorrow at noon, but we're going to be live streaming from the house for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, if you will, but up until next Saturday at 8 p.m.
Ish, yeah.
Ish.
Sometime.
But it's not only like a live stream where you can virtually investigate the home, we also have like a virtual Paracon.
Yeah. And
we have a whole smorgasbord of investigator guest appearances. You're going to be on there.
Yep.
Yes.
It's just amazing because everybody's missed out on Paracon since this epidemic's come out, and now they can see them from the comfort of their own home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they can actually be in the haunted location, sort of, virtually.
Virtually, yeah. Yeah.
So that's cool. So what's happening is people can purchase tickets, correct, and get some sort of code or something to be able to log on and see firsthand and be involved. And is that, like, do you do that by day, or is it a week-long thing, or how does it work?
The ticket gets you a week long. It gets you from start to finish. And if you miss anything, when you log back on, you can go back to any recordings that have already happened. If you miss 2 days, you can go back and watch the whole 2 days if you want, or you can rewind. You can go back to all the things that have already happened. So we think that part's really cool.
Yeah. And there's some paranormal investigators going to be there. I think it was Matt Benton.
He's not going to be here. He's doing virtual as well. He actually did come here and stayed for a couple of days. So I think he's going to talk about his stay, and they're working on a big documentary. And so that's exciting. Yeah.
So they're working on, so the thing that Matt is doing is like a movie based on the house, right? Like a documentary?
It seems kind of like it. It seems like a longer documentary from the ones we've seen the people do so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know I'm going to be there on Saturday at the very end via Skype, so I'm excited to hear all the stories that have happened. And I'm curious if people logging in, if their energy will kind of, if the spirits will be able to pick up on that energy or not.
I'm curious too. I'm excited to see how this all goes. Like, this is going to be a lot of fun.
It should be fun.
Yeah.
So you guys have all kinds of people that are going to be calling in and doing the, I guess, panels, you would say. Andrea Perrin, for one.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Susan Slaughter.
Yeah.
And who else is calling in?
Barry Fitzgerald, Joe Chin, Brian Cano. I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, there's so many people.
Yeah. There's a lot of people.
And they're still adding people. It's like, okay, when are we going to talk to them?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But,
and so how does it work 24 hours? Like, is somebody going to be, or do they just look at still cameras that are in there 24 hours? I mean, obviously you have to sleep at some point.
Right.
What we're going to do is we have 9 static cameras, which are our security cameras that you'll have access to. Then during the day, we'll be utilizing our 5 ISO cameras, which are our audible, you'll hear audio and video. Plus, we'll have our cell phones on us as we investigate and do our experiments, do our panels and stuff like that. But when we go to bed, that's when the viewers actually interact with it, and they can watch all 9 of the cameras or just one specific camera.
Right.
They can actually go through it and watch, write down times if they see anything. It's like they're sitting there watching the DVR themselves.
Right.
Yeah. Ooh, creepy.
There'll also be a chat room there as well, so that people can interact with each other. If more than one, hopefully more than one person will be on it at night, then they can talk to each other about what they're seeing or what they think it might be, or, they can interact with each other. So that's really cool.
Yeah, so maybe, because I was thinking, oh my gosh, how creepy that would be, even if you were in your own house, to be feel like you're up alone at night looking at the cameras and stuff, but it would feel like you were in your house. But then if you have other people with you, maybe it won't be as scary.
Yeah.
And are your kids staying there too?
Yeah, so we have 2 kids. Our daughter's up in Maine. We begged her to come down. Her boyfriend said he'd drive her down and she could stay here, lock down with us for 2 weeks and do her quarantine and make sure she's following all the rules. And she just she won't do it. She's gonna log on and FaceTime with us so that people can ask her questions too, but we just couldn't talk her into doing it. But Kyler is here.
Has she had negative experiences, or is she just kind of not into it?
I think both. I mean, she's not into it because she's scared. She's had her own experiences, and she just doesn't like to be scared.
Yeah.
Like it.
The last time we talked, Cory, you were saying that nothing, you didn't feel anything any super negative or anything like that. But like according to the movie, and I think an interview Andrea may have done or whatever, weren't we talking about too how maybe it's tricking you as well, like trying to be like kind of friendly or kind of nice or not hostile at all at the beginning, but then it kind of gets scarier as it goes on. Have you experienced anything like that, or noticed it getting a little bit more on the dark side, I should say?
I mean, as far as for us, no.
Right.
It's been brought to our attention by numerous psychics and stuff that whatever's here is just kind of like playing with us, trying to feel us out, trying to like win our trust. So we're kind of like treading lightly, if you will, because, you know, we don't want to go down that road that happened to the parents, because, you know, it was all friendly and stuff, and then it just took a turn for the worse.
Right.
So, but there's still nothing. I mean, we've had teams that have come in and investigated that have left in the middle of the night because things have happened to them.
Yeah.
We've had people scratch, we've had people pushed, grabbed, and stuff like that, but none of that stuff's like, I mean, she's been grabbed, but
not like
nothing mean.
Yeah, not mean. Like, it still feels friendly. It still feels friendly.
It's more like a touch then instead of a grab.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I really wish I could be there in person to do the Conjuring House Paracon. But maybe someday, right?
Right. That'd be kind of fun.
I have to do this every couple months, it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe after all of this is said and done, we can come and do the podcast live from there.
There you go. That'll work.
Yeah, so tell everybody how they can tune in and or get tickets.
They can tune in. They can get their tickets from live.thedarkzone.tv. Tomorrow, starting at noon until I want to say 8 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning, is actually a free preview.
Right.
So you can kind of whet your appetite, see if you want to commit to the week-long lockdown with us, or if you want to just wait and hear about it like on social media in the next couple of days, so be it. But it's $20, $19.99, $20 a ticket, and that buys you the entire week. If you end up buying a ticket, say on Monday, you could still access everything from Friday on.
Right.
So
everything will be pre-recorded. Yeah. And part of the proceeds are also going to COVID-19 charity funds. So we're pretty excited about that. And it's nice to help out, because it's not like we have any funds to be able to help out people. So it feels good to be able to do something good for the community.
Yeah, that's amazing. All right. Well, you guys, I want to wish you lots of luck on this endeavor. It sounds like fun. Stay safe, and I'll talk to you guys next Saturday, the 16th.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you guys very much.
Bye, guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.